What you were saying. It's funny.
The next day you realize what I'm saying, and you're like, "Damn, that man's a genius."
No, not genius. Funny. Funny.
Funny, like how? Like
hilarious.
What, like a clown? Like I amuse you? I make you laugh?
Yes.
Like how? What's funny? What's funny about
This-
me? Tell me.
That. I just told you.
Hey,
And I mean it
he's
as
a big boy.
compliment. I mean
You know
it
what
as
he said. By the way, welcome back.
RJ, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
I had him. You see him? You see him? He almost wet himself. You see him? I don't know,
You know
Thomas.
what? You're a funny guy.
I don't know, Thomas. May fold under questioning. I don't know. Anyway.
You really are a funny guy. Dude, I've started to like some posts on Twitter related to the whole Jason Tatum disrespect.
By the way,
So
what we're starting with?
So this guy I follow, his name is Celtics Unite.
Okay.
I don't know if he's a respected Celtics space or what, but I think he's just a fan.
Yeah.
But I've been pretty aligned with everything he's saying, and he's just constantly posting shit like Steve Kerr doesn't know what he's doing, and then he's posting lists of how many people are defending Jason Tatum.
The key word there, and it was plural, was lists.
Lists
Lists
of people. Right?
Okay. So
And it's double digits at this point.
in each list, I might add. Anyway, that is the redoubtable one himself. Thomas J. is another Tatum backer, which is quite alarming coming from a Knick fan. The highly questionable
I
Archie
like you guys.
Miliaccio. I am a diehard. Welcome back to IDD. This is a special Freestyle Friday edition. Why are we here? Well, after what happened yesterday, and watching and again listening to this just bullshit excuses for what's honestly, Jason Tatum is a better man than I could ever be, because I would have killed this motherfucker by now. If I was him,
You would have been pouting.
I would have fucked. No, I'd be in jail. I'd be arrested for assault. I would have.
No,
I
you
mean,
wouldn't.
yeah, I would have. I absolutely would have. I would have, because when you go there and you are, in the eyes of most basketball experts, one of the 5 best players in the world. Let me say that again. One of the 5 best players in the world, because he is. All right, the reigning world champion.
I think he's top 3.
He's top 3.
I think he's top
I really
3.
do think it's him, Luka, and Jokic, in whatever order you want to put him. I have to give the edge to Jokic based on his MVP awards.
But also,
again,
but also top 3 because I don't think we've still seen his complete ceiling.
he hasn't peaked yet.
You know what I'm saying?
He
Like,
just turned 26.
he's still growing.
He is. Here's how scary this is. He is 2 years away from his prime. Okay, put that in perspective. He is 2 years away from his prime, and he won a title before MJ did, before LeBron did, before Kobe did, before a lot of the greats did. So that's where he is, and he has not hit his ceiling, to Tom's point. And it's downright scary. And here's the thing about this.
Even if he had hit his ceiling, he'd be top 3.
But the thing is, here's the thing about this ceiling we're talking about. He may not hit it. He might smash through it after what this motherfucker has done to him. Because if there was ever a valid reason for Jason Tatum to lose his cool, this would qualify. Okay? So you saw what happened yesterday. Let me ask you first. As this was unfolding for the second time, what started going through your head probably around the middle of the second quarter?
All right. So I'm kind of... I might be clutching my pearls a little bit on this, but I'm like feeling very protective of Jason Tatum. Because it feels like he is getting fucked beyond belief right now.
What did he do to deserve this?
Yeah, and here's my thing. So I really hope what you say is true. I believe what you say is true, because I think the same way in terms of he's going to use this as fuel. But like putting myself in a situation like that would hurt my confidence. Okay, I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about him, because I'm not as good as him. I'm not elite.
If you were one of the 3 best players in the world,
then it wouldn't hurt my confidence.
and you were holding the world title and you had, how would you? I'd be insulted.
Well, that's what I'm. But
Like,
my point is, it would hurt my confidence to the point I think it might impact me negatively.
And the man has never said or done a bad thing by all accounts in his professional career. He's a model citizen. He's a great dad. He always goes home and hangs out with his kid. But the kid's done nothing wrong.
I really hope that he's mentally tough enough not to be hurt by it in a way that makes him kind of withdraw, but hurt by it in a way that makes him engage more.
Angry.
Right, and makes him
I have been praying for this, and he knows because he probably hears it in his sleep. He's so sick of it. That and the Tom Brady crap. But the thing is, I have been praying that this kid loses his temper just once. I would love to see.
You've been wanting it for years.
For years. I would just talk about unleashing the dragon.
And I've always told you that wasn't him, but now I really hope it is.
I mean, and you're
now I'm back with you.
I conceded that I think you're right. And
but now I'm back with you, and I want him to fucking snap.
He proved he could win like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's
and
true.
be great. This motherfucker. Think of. Just let me throw another log on this fucking fire. In the closeout game, this fucking guy had 31 points, 11 assists, and 8 rebounds in the closeout game. That is he was 2 assists shy of a triple double.
Dude,
what? I mean, and Porzingis was hurt. I played half the series without Porzingis. So what he decided, I'm going to lead the team in rebounding, and we're going to pick up the slack. That's what great players do. And in spite of everything Jaylen Brown did, and he was deserving. I'm not saying he wasn't, but at the end of the day, when the playoffs were over, Jason Tatum was the leading scorer, the leading rebounder, and the leading assister.
And what's his percentage from 3?
I don't know, like high
38.
38. But here's the thing: in the history of the NBA, there were only 3 world champions that had done what Tatum did
in the finals,
in this postseason, where they led the team in all 3 major categories. You know who those 3 people were?
Bird, one of them. No.
Nope.
LeBron. When he was with Cleveland.
LeBron. Jordan.
Okay.
Magic.
Oh, wow.
That's the list. And Jason Tatum. And Jason Tatum. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't care what era you're playing in. I always say comparing eras it's next to impossible, but because there's so many factors you can't account for. But for this era, that's showing up.
You can compare dominance. You can compare impact.
You can, and I still say that Jason Tatum's selfless act to step back so this team could be a team was that's the story of the NBA season last year that nobody talks about because that's exactly why it happened.
But that team talks about it.
They talk about it, but the rest of the world hasn't. Other than Brian Windhorst, he brings it up every now and then, and Tim Legler. Those are 2 guys I've heard.
And IDD.
Yeah, well, no, of course. You know, because Tatum's my when Bergeron retired, Tatum became the guy because Brady was already gone. So it's now Tatum. Tatum's my favorite athlete in Boston now, and he's earned it. He's fucking earned it, and he's done
Tatum's my favorite on the team.
And he's done it in a very classy.
You got some likable guys over there, though, man.
I'm trying to think of a guy that currently that they have that's not likable.
The only one that comes close for me, and it's not because of anything he's done.
Are you gonna say what I think you're gonna say?
Yeah. Who?
Porzingis.
Yeah. And it's only because of
he didn't do it in New York,
right? But so that's not even that fair.
It's not fair because New York didn't put around him what Boston did.
Right. So I'm not saying he's a dick, but I don't like him as much because But it's not him.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I understand that because he was the number 1 or 2 pick in the whole draft. Yeah. He won Rookie of the Year, so the promise was there.
And then it didn't work out.
It didn't work out. He gets hurt. They don't build around him. Right. It was a double-edged sword, and they gave up on him.
Yeah.
But then you found out, and then he got stuck in Dallas. Him and Luka didn't get along. What the fuck it was? Mm-hmm. They both deny it, but too many people are saying it. And then he gets cast off to a place like Washington, where he actually has an all-star year, but nobody gives a fuck because Washington sucks.
Yeah.
And then finally, he gets a team around him.
Yeah.
And his stats.
He gets a situation where he's not the number 1 and he can just play free.
He won Game 1 of the finals. He was the best player on the floor that night. And he had been
when they went on that run,
and he'd been sitting for 5 weeks.
What was it, a 27 to?
From when he came in with like 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, 27 to 5, 29 to 5, something like that. From when he came into the game,
dude, he was blocking shots in transition.
Talk about a Mike Tyson punch. That's what that was,
dude. But it's kind of a shame that he had the postseason he had. It was like he had one shot. Now it was a great moment. And
he played in the closeout game and gave him 12.
I know.
But actually, he played in the first half of the second game and had 12-4, and then he got hurt.
I know.
So he gave him 6-8 quarters.
To me, it's still a shame because, he was a part of that all season.
Of course he was.
And then, he missed 30 days or 20 days in the postseason. But good for him, he had a finals moment. Because he can really feel like I helped us get that
because
ring.
He did.
Yeah.
When they needed him to ring the bell, he answered the call. And he did it having not played in 5 weeks and never played in the finals before. Yeah. That's clutch. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's clutch. And the second game before he got hurt, he was on his way to having a better game. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 blocks when he got hurt in the second quarter of the second game. Yeah. So if he didn't get hurt, what would he have done?
Yeah.
Because that was against, that was against, well, it was Dallas when he did again. But I mean, are you kidding me? If he didn't get hurt, they swept him. They easily swept him.
They would have swept everybody.
Yes.
Even without him, they should have swept everybody.
They lost 2 games the entire first 3 rounds without him. Basically. So this is how good this team was.
Dude, but then Derek White, you can't not like that guy.
Derek White is America's wet dream. Are you kidding me? He's like perfect.
Yeah.
He's the great American novel.
He seems like the nicest guy ever.
He didn't have one Division I college basketball offer. This is like the African American version of Tom Brady almost. He's like, not one Division I team looked at him. He barely made his Division II team. He struggled for 3 years to become a starter on that Division II team. And then he got into the camps.
Did he really?
Yeah, that's all true.
The 3 years
he
couldn't...
He played, but he didn't start. He finally became a starter. He kept getting better. He got better and better and better every single year.
Did he grow or something? Was he small and then got big in
He
college?
was 6'1" going into college. He was 6'4" by the end of it.
He's only 6'4"?
You say that like it's a bad thing.
That's insane.
I'm 6'4". Dennis Johnson was 6'4". What's your prejudice against 6'4" guards?
Not prejudiced at all. Derek White plays like he's 6'7".
As did Dennis Johnson.
He blocks people's shots. I mean, he does.
Hey, by the way, Drew Holiday, 6'4".
That's another
one. They got 2 guys.
They
got 2 guys like
dude,
that.
Drew Holiday's another guy you can't not like.
No, he's tough. I love him.
He's just tough.
He's the one who really reminds me of DJ.
Dude, when you hear him,
he's tough.
When you hear him, oh yeah, he's
like Dennis Johnson never smiled. Like Holiday's got that look on his face.
Holiday's the dog.
Yeah, Holiday's the dog in the group. He really is. And that was Dennis Johnson. And Larry Bird said he's the best player he ever played with. And if you watch them together,
although Jaylen Brown is doggy.
He is. Jaylen Brown's a dog.
He's doggy.
Yep, he's proven that he's a dog. By the way, they didn't let him on this team.
I don't know. I would say that the whole starting 5 actually has dog in them. On that
They
team.
do, but now the 2 biggest dogs felt like they got pissed on. And
dude, I really hope Tatum. I hope this
could
springboards
be
Tatum.
This could be if he gets as mad as I hope he gets, and as mad as I think Jaylen Brown is for getting snubbed, the 2 of them. Oh, good Lord!
It'll be over.
You just might want to forget it.
I've said this to you 3 times already.
If those 2.
I've said this to you 3 times already. I'm just glad there's no Knicks on the team. Because I promise you.
Why is he doing this?
Tatum is going to see red when he sees anybody on that team.
Yeah.
Every time they play a team
that had a guy on that
from
roster,
team, it's going to be like a PTSD flashback. Like, I'm going to murder you.
Yeah.
Because you took all my Olympic
And by the
time.
way, not one of you stepped up until apparently yesterday when LeBron finally said something or complained. And kudos to LeBron if that is true.
I need to research that.
Okay.
Because kudos to LeBron if that's true.
If that's true, I got to tip my cap to LeBron because. And by the way, Draymond Green was before LeBron in saying this. So as much as I give Draymond Green shit, kudos to Draymond Green because that was classic. I appreciate that's his coach who he won 4 world championships with. He's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, I mean, Draymond Green is one of those guys who claims to always tell the truth. So, he feels like that. He's not going to lie, which is good. I don't always agree with the shit he says, but
I don't either.
I think he believes what he says.
Yeah.
So.
But he's a player. He knows who a good Jason Tatum is.
Yeah.
Okay, like everybody else does.
And maybe he also knows that Steve Kerr, maybe not the best coach.
Maybe not the best coach. Steve, we really won in spite of you, not because of you. So, which is
I never thought that, but
starting to look that way.
Seeing Jason Tatum's face on the bench, and then the worst part is when all these stars of this league are celebrating and hugging and feeling the joy of winning this game for the country.
You want it?
Jason Tatum's got to slowly walk into the bunch and he's got a smile on his face.
You want to know how we know Steve Kerr's a liar? You want to know how we know?
How?
And he said this, and I quote: after the first game against Serbia, when he did this, at the end of it, I feel like a complete dick for not playing him.
Feel like a complete idiot.
Complete idiot for not playing him.
But then he said,
no, hold on. Okay.
No, then he said he planned it. He told them before the game.
Yes, before the game. He told us 2 different things.
Yeah.
Then
both sides of his mouth.
Yesterday happens, which tells you that line of shit he gave you was exactly that. Because if he really felt like an idiot, he would never want to feel like an idiot twice. Mm-hmm. Because honestly, how does he lose here? He takes out Devin Booker, which, by the way, would have been the right thing to do if he wanted to play this defense against Serbia, which was we're going to lean into that in a minute. Why? Here's the logical reason why he should have played. We'll get to that in a minute. But the bottom line is, he should have started him at the 2 spot. Can you imagine that? Steph Curry, Jason Tatum, LeBron, KD, and fucking Embiid. You ever fucking imagine that? Serbia
Yeah.
would have wet themselves before they walked onto
But
the
KD
court.
wasn't starting.
No, he came. He did start.
KD started?
Yeah.
Who was starting in KD's spot?
Well, it was either Tatum or Adebayo.
No, it
Adebayo
wasn't
came.
Tatum. Tatum never started.
No, when Tatum did start, because
Oh,
he started in that spot.
So in game 1, when Tatum was sitting, Adebayo got the start?
I think so. Yeah, because what's his name came in for Adebayo. Yeah,
That's such a weird lineup.
it was.
Adebayo
Adebayo's technically
at
power
the power
forward.
forward?
Yeah, because you got Anthony Davis or Joel Embiid.
I guess I see him as the 5 because that's what he plays on Miami, but he's kind of
next to
undersized,
Joel
right?
Embiid, he's a 4.
Yeah.
He really.
But he
is a
doesn't
4.
really play like a 4, does
He
he?
plays like a power forward. He does.
Mm.
He actually, he's a power forward in every sense of the word. He's got a pretty good mid-range jump shot. He has supposed.
I would
he
much rather
rebounds.
have Tatum in that slot.
No, but Tatum is a 3. Tatum is
But
the
he's as big
quintessential.
but he's big as a 4.
He's 6'9". He's the same size as Bird. The point is this: he's the quintessential 3.
Let's go!
Because he could play 2 or he could play 4 as well. So a 3 can really play 2 and also play 4. That's why it's a 3. And that's Jason Tatum to a T. So why he couldn't have subbed him in for Devin Booker if he wanted to play that style of defense? Booker's not a great defensive player. He never has been. Okay?
Dude,
and
but even
Curry's
all
worse.
these minutes he's giving to Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is a kid right now.
But that's at least him and Embiid. But I'm talking about just Tatum. Tatum should have.
No.
Here's the thing about Tatum, because he's the one guy that can literally play all those positions right now, literally to a T. He has It's easy to get him minutes because
That's
you
what
can
I'm
sub
saying.
him in for 1 to 3 spots.
But also, why is Anthony Edwards getting more minutes than Tatum?
I don't
Tatum's
know.
better than him.
Anthony Edwards was terrible in that game, by the way.
But I'm
He
just
had
saying,
3
I'm
of the
just saying,
dumbest
where
turnovers.
he's using
Him and-
Anthony Edwards
Yeah.
off the bench.
Yeah.
If he really wants to say he can't start Tatum, he should be coming in instead of Anthony
Edwards. Tatum has made 3 consecutive All-NBA first teams. He's been to 7 conference finals. He's been to 2 NBA finals, and now he's the current world champion. There is no one on that bench that's below the age of 30 has a resume that touches Jason Tatum. Not one. Not Adebayo. Not Edwards. Not any of them. Okay, there's no way. Not Booker. Nobody. Okay, how he's getting the shaft like this is I can't even. I don't know what to compare this to.
Dude,
I've never seen anything
never
like
seen
it.
it either.
I've never seen it.
But dude, what's kind of blowing my mind is that there are people defending it and giving the rationale behind it.
Brian Windhorst,
And
who's got his nose so far up LeBron's ass. It's
I saw another guy on the speak, and he defended him for 10 minutes, talking about how Jason Tatum can, he can play, on the block, he can play, on the perimeter, he can defend, he can play the 3, the 4, he can
play
2, the
3.
1. But then,
he could play 4 positions.
But then he goes, "Oh no, double play."
Is that what he did, or is that what you just did?
2 on. Double play.
You see
that
that?
sucked.
He just went for a big moment and then
Fucking
double
sucked.
play. What were you going to say about what you were building up to before?
I
the
have
double?
no clue.
It's about the guy who's defending the Tatum play.
Oh, he was saying all these things that Tatum can do, right? But then he goes, but he doesn't really do any of them great. And I was like,
Wait.
So he's saying that Derek White
Wait.
is a better defender, that Derek White is a better 3-point shooter, that I'm just like, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about?
Neither Derek White nor Drew Holiday should be starting over Jason Tatum regardless of position.
Not even close.
Let me be very clear about that. And I love those two to death. And they belong on this team. They deserve to be there. But neither one of them is better than Tatum, and they would both tell you that themselves. I'm not making it up. He's made 3 all-off NBA first teams by himself. Those 2 between them don't have one of those.
No, and then the other thing that he said was Devin Booker's defense
Devin Booker sucks on defense.
has been unbelievable.
No,
What is
it
he
hasn't.
talking
He
about?
sucks on defense.
Because he locked a guy up in the 4th quarter on 2 possessions. That Derek Booker is like. How many
Devin
airball
Booker.
threes has he shot?
I don't know. Devin Booker. Devin Booker's. I'm not saying he's not a good player. He's a very good player, but he's not better than Jason Tatum.
No.
He's just not. See, here's why. Jason Tatum could play his position and it wouldn't change. Devin Booker could go down low and play like Jason Tatum could ever. He can't do that. Okay, he doesn't. His game. He doesn't have the range in his game that Tatum does, and that's why finding minutes for Tatum should be easy, because you could run him at the point if you wanted to. Okay? He brings the ball up half the time for the Celtics. You could run him at the point. He had 11 assists in the closeout game. I don't think passing is his problem.
Dude, and there were many times where I see the bigs bringing the ball up.
Adebayo should never.
And they're guys that can't dribble.
Adebayo has no business ever leading a fast break.
Joel Embiid shouldn't be bringing it down the court either.
Neither one of those two should be coming up the floor with the ball unless the guards are pressed and they had to throw it to him from the backcourt. That's the only scenario where it should happen. If a guard is back there one-on-one, you give the guard the ball and get the fuck out of it. Because all you're going to do is slow the guard down. Get the fuck out of the way. That's it. And I know because I was that guard.
You're going to make a bad decision.
You're going to make a big, get the fuck out of the way. Get out of here. I'll take care of it. That's why I'm there. Okay? And that's why these guys are there. And that's why Tatum is there. You know, this is ridiculous. There is no logical basketball reason Jason Tatum didn't get minutes twice against this team that he is a matchup nightmare for. There is no one on that fucking team that could guard Jason Tatum if I gave them a gun. Okay, there isn't someone on that roster that could guard him one-on-one. Steve Kerr is full of shit 6 ways to Sunday, okay? And the hope from these two spectators / fans is that this goes so far up Jason Tatum's ass, okay, that he goes full-blown scorched earth on to his point, every guy that was on that roster that sat there and let it happen. Okay? And maybe LeBron knows it, man. That's why today LeBron, after yesterday's game, coughed up and said something. Maybe he knows. You know, we're pissing off the wrong guy here. Because LeBron's only going to get older and Tatum's only going to get better. Those are two facts. LeBron ain't getting any better. Jason Tatum is. Okay? And LeBron James is the head of that snake. So other than Steve Kerr, who's the second guy he's going to blame for this? LeBron. Because LeBron controls that fucking team. And if you haven't figured that out by now, okay, you're dumb as the day is long. Okay? It's Kerr and it's LeBron. That's who makes the decisions on that fucking team. And for LeBron to sit there until yesterday and say something, little late, pal. Should have said that after the first game. I mean, if it's true, I'm glad you said it, but what's the reason behind it? Is it genuine? Is it actually this motherfucker is probably going to kill us all next year? Because again, LeBron's not stupid. Okay, he knows how good Tatum is, and here's the thing: he doesn't know how good he could be. Because to Tom's point, he hasn't reached his ceiling yet. So
I can't find anything of.
Kevin Vaughn showed it to me. It was on I don't know. He said it came off of Twitter. So
Could have been an AI voiceover.
I don't know. But the thing is, I have searched ESPN for this or a hint of this, and it hasn't leaked out yet. So they're saying it wasn't supposed to leak out, and this is how this got out. They were kind of pissed about it, but it got out. If that's true. The video looks like them in the locker room. I don't know. It could have been sound. You
We
could
would
have
see it.
Yeah, you could have imposed. Yeah, if that got out. But who knows? Or maybe somebody fact checked it and already shot it down. Well, maybe that happened.
Here's an article. Quit whining about Jason Tatum not playing.
What donkey wrote that?
I don't know.
Tell him to go fuck himself in the comments. Is there a comment section? Tell him to go fuck himself. IDD sincerely says.
I'm looking for that video you're talking about, but I think he might have got duped.
I didn't get duped. My boss got duped. He's the one who said it. He showed it to me. I'm like, is that really what I think it is? So, I don't know.
We got nothing.
I haven't found anything on it, so I don't know if it's true. But if it is, kudos to LeBron. If it isn't, I'm not surprised. Okay? But but he did do it, there's that thing in the back of my mind. Maybe he knows what's about to happen.
Well,
we certainly hope
I just
it's about
started
to
looking at those coaches, and I was like, you're telling me Eric Spoelstra.
Tyronn Lue, who, by the way, was on the Celtics staff with Tatum. He knows how good Tatum is.
Yeah. Eric Spoelstra and Tyronn Lue are just
Mark
sitting
Few.
there
All of them ought to be ashamed of themselves.
without going, come on.
Are they accessories? Are they accessories to
I think they're accessories.
I think they are.
But we don't know what the conversations are behind closed doors, you know, because what should they have left the staff? You know what I'm saying? Like, what could they do if they voiced it and he won't listen? You know, there is that possibility. I
Maybe
just
they
feel
did.
like
I don't know.
I just feel like when you have the credentials that like Eric Spoelstra has or Tyronn Lue has,
I don't know.
I feel like you have the power on that staff to be like, Steve, we cannot do this.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense.
You know what I'm saying?
How do you say matchups? How do you, with a
can't.
straight
There's
fucking
just no
face,
way.
look into a camera and lie to the world, the basketball world, like that? and Celtic fans who, above all else, know basketball, you think they're looking at you like this is the dumbest motherfucker I've ever met or seen in my life, because you are. If you think we're gonna buy that shit, if the matchup was bad, what are you fucking talking about? We went down this roster laughing after every fucking name we posed up against them, laughing, just out of control laughter, and going.
You'll never convince me.
And then
You'll never convince me.
And then Steve Kerr, after the game, we sounded sincere. He said, "I felt like an idiot not playing. Okay, we won't do it again." And then he does it again.
But the only thing was he contradicted himself in the same, in the same paragraph when he said that he went to him before the game. You're like, so you felt like an idiot, but you planned to feel like an idiot?
What is he? See, this doesn't fit. It doesn't fly. No one's that stupid.
I don't understand.
There's something behind it. No one is that fucking stupid. You don't
What
get to.
if Tatum told him he didn't want to play? What if Tatum's hurt?
Why would you hide that?
I don't know. Just trying to.
That would make that I can live with. Okay, he's hurt. Okay, fair. This is a joke. This is a fucking joke. It really is.
Everybody's like, his mother's out there.
And by the way, we can't find it yet, but the second we do, we're going to mark your calendars. We are going to find on the calendar Steve Kerr's colon restoral surgery. What do we call it?
Colon reconstruction.
Colon reconstructive surgery. Because Tatum is going to bend this motherfucker over like he's Marcellus Wallace, and he just pistol whipped the gimp. I would not want to be Steve Kerr next year. I might just I might just resign.
Okay, so
take my gold medal right up into the sunset.
So hang on a second.
That's
is Jason Tatum Bruce Willis, or is Jason Tatum Ving Rhames in that scene? Is he Ving?
He's Ving. Yeah.
And Steve Kerr is the redneck? Yikes.
Yeah.
And so who is Bruce Willis?
I would say Bruce Willis.
Is it Jalen?
It might be Jalen.
Or is it Missoula?
Well, they don't have a beat between them. It would have to be, maybe to your point, one of the coaches did step up, but he didn't listen to him. Maybe it's that guy.
Or maybe LeBron.
So he blamed him.
Like that.
So he blamed him. Maybe it's LeBron. If this is genuine,
right,
then maybe it's LeBron, and
he kind of snaps.
He kind of looks at him and goes, "I tried."
And now Tatum's going to be.
And
like,
then he looks at him. He looks at him and goes, "You get out of here. I know you didn't do this. You can get out of here." But this motherfucker. He
lets LeBron just hide out in L.A.
He's going to spend the very short time left on this earth in agonizing pain from the rectum. There will be rectal bleeding like a.
Oh God! You don't have to go down that road.
That hole.
You just say that there's going to be a surgery.
Tatum's going down that hole.
You might not even be able to reconstruct it. It might be a replacement surgery.
It will look like the blast radius of a 1 kiloton bomb. That's what his ass is going to look like.
Disgusting. Oh my God. 2 men were canceled tonight as they depicted images of an atomic ass.
Why did you let it go like that?
I didn't.
Why did you reel me in? What the hell's wrong with you? You're supposed to be here to keep me in line. You're just going with it.
Dude, I can barely hold my head up.
Where the hell's it? Where's it going with that? Like the warning signs were there, America.
I did not know
long
that
ago.
was coming from. I did not know that's where you were going.
Just off the rails.
I mean, talking about missing the runway. Just right into the trees.
When I land, I won't look like that.
Jesus.
The remnants of Steve Kerr's colon. Oh God.
Oh man.
It's gonna be like in Jaws 1 at the end when Brody fires the rifle, hits the gas tank, and Jaws blows up. That's gonna be Kerr's ass. Pieces of it just falling into the ocean.
Come on, continue.
Oh God. Anyway.
Oh, he's sad.
We're going to come back. Segment 2. NFL. Giants and Patriots both look good last night, but for different reasons. Segment 2, Freestyle Friday. Me, you, Pipey, in the hizzy. See you soon.
You are high.
I know.